She fought for what she believed in.
How's it going, man? You got your ID with you?
Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir?
I'm not being detained.
Yes, you are.
For what crime?
I didn't say you committed a crime, but I have the legal right to detain you for further investigation. Depending on the outcome of what's going on, you're walking around a law enforcement facility very suspiciously with a video camera. In light of what's going on, we have the right and authority to know who's walking around our facilities.
No, that's incorrect.
Yes or no? Are you refusing to ID yourself or not?
Once again, what crime have I committed?
I've already explained that to you. I don't need to explain it to you again. Are you or are you not going to identify yourself?
I'm not going to ID myself.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Wait, what are you
Camera
doing?
down. Let go. What are you doing? Put your hands behind your back. This is what happens when you refuse to ID yourself.
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
She fought for what she believed in.
I cannot do justice to any examination of Turner v. Driver without first acknowledging from whence it came. The Battousai. He is the master. If you have not been to his channel, you've got to go over there, subscribe, give him some thumbs up, show him your love. We are all so grateful to him for where we are today. He established this important case law that we're going to be discussing. In fact, he has a whole playlist of the evolution of Turner v. Driver, how it all happened. And I encourage you to go over there, watch his playlist. You'll learn a lot about this case and you'll see why he's such a good auditor. I'm not sure if all of you realize just how significant this is in the auditing community. He can say, I'm the Turner in Turner versus Driver. Who else can say that? No one. It is rare that an auditor makes case law. The Battousai has so much to be proud of. We can all learn from the Battousai. So I really like this auditor. His demeanor could not be better for auditing. He has this beautiful flat affect. If you don't know what that means, it's a flat affect is someone who doesn't show the usual signs of emotions like smiling, frowning, raising their voice. He's very flat. He's unflappable. He has a dispassionate and stoic demeanor. He's taciturn, very reserved or uncommunicative in his speech. He uses very few words. And this is a fantastic temperament for auditing. I also love, he is brilliant at the art of silence. First Amendment auditors are great at exercising freedom of speech. Not so good when it comes to the Fifth Amendment's right to remain silent. They could take a lesson from the Battousai. He has mastered the art of remaining silent and he uses it perfectly to his advantage. Less is more when filming the police. Frankly, I wish all of my clients were as good at remaining silent. It would make the job of First and Fourth Amendment attorneys so much easier. I also love the Battousai because he follows through on his audits. Now, many auditors record, they post the video, and that's it. The Battousai files complaints, he gets public records, he goes to public meetings, and most importantly, he files lawsuits. Not just Turner versus Driver. He has lots of litigation out there. There's true accountability when the officers in the city have to justify their actions to a judge, and the Battousai makes them do it, which then creates widespread policy changes, which improves auditing for the next person. Finally, I love this guy because he's prolific. He's been doing this for a long time. He has hundreds of audits under his belt. He's been interviewed by the news. He's appeared in national newspapers. He was even featured on Inside Edition. He pulls over an officer for speeding, gets the officer to apologize to him, and the officer is polite enough to avert his gaze so as not to stare at the Battousai's gigantic balls. There have been law review articles published about Turner versus Driver. In fact, I was recently reading a DC District Court case called Price versus Barr that contains fantastic case law supporting the position that government filming permits are unconstitutional. Guess what? I'm reading along. That judge cited Turner versus Driver in her published opinion. So what this series is going to do is take a deep dive into Turner versus Driver, probably deeper than anybody really wanted to go. But if you're an auditor who wants to set up your audits so that the fact pattern establishes what the judges are looking for, or if you just want to avoid the pitfalls that result in no legal remedy, or if you want to have the best chance at creating a test case for a policing practice that you know is unconstitutional, you'll benefit from this series. Now, if you're interested in going to law school, these videos will help you understand the methodology and deductive reasoning that law students learn. If you're a police officer and you want to comply with constitutional restraints, I bet this series will benefit you more than anything you've learned in your police training. So the next video will analyze the Battousai's arrest in great detail. Then the following video will explain the concept of qualified immunity. We'll go into a lot of detail on that. Then I'll have a video that discusses how to survive a motion to dismiss, which is one of the great stumbling blocks for auditors. Then another video will hear and analyze the oral arguments before the Fifth Circuit. Then we'll go through their written opinion and their holdings. Finally, I'll give you my opinions about this case, where I think the Fifth Circuit got it right, where I think they got it wrong, and where the Battousai's legacy stands today. So it's best that you watch the videos in that order. I want to thank the Battousai for agreeing to let me use his work product to analyze this important case. I want to thank him for his dedication to the field of constitutional policing. Thank him for the sacrifices he has made in risking his freedom, his safety, and his very life by challenging unconstitutional policing. We have so much to thank him for. Thank you, Battousai. Go over to his channel right now, like, subscribe, comment, tell him you appreciate the sacrifices he has made on all of our behalf. So now you are ready for video number 2. Turner versus Driver, a lawyer explains. Arrest analysis. There's a link in the description. And if you want to be notified when future videos in this series come out, all you have to do is subscribe. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them in the comments or send me an email, esquireaudits@yahoo.com. I will respond to you, because if you're asking a question, it deserves an answer. That means other people don't know the answer either. And this forum is all about exchange of ideas, education, and learning. Thank you so much for your interest in this important topic.
Was I no woman in this life? Short upon the earth now was her time. Of all the seeds she'd sown and the people she had known, deeply did she touch the soul of mine.